38-week, 5 days appointment today, and doctor said that I probably might have a Caesar. A planned one is better. So the date will be likely Friday, 8th of March. Hi, I'll try and shoot my birthing experience now, and it could be in one go, so please try and forgive any mistakes. As you all know, I recently gave birth to my little baby boy. I wanted to share my birth experience with you all. So on Saturday, that is 2nd of March, it all started. We were out, and then because Tiana was, since a week, she was saying that I need to go and see Opera House and Sydney Bridge. So we're like, no, I don't feel like it. Mom is heavily pregnant. And then I was walking like, looking like a whale, walking like a snail. So I'm like, no, it's gonna be hard for me. Let's pass. But she was like, no, we need to go. So, well, I told my husband that let's go, and then let's just see how we go, and we'll come back early. We all went over there, and started raining. That was all okay. We had a good time. Then we thought that, okay, let's go to Vapiano to have just like early dinner, late lunch. So, what do you call it? Dinner? But yeah, we went over there, and then we were enjoying, and I felt something. I felt something really like I need to go to washroom. So I went to washroom. It's okay, let me just enjoy my dinner. Then, but in my head, I was like, no, I think something is happening. It was around 4 in the evening. I started timing it. Came at 4 in the evening, came at 4:36 in the evening, 5 or 7 in the evening. We left the place because I did not tell anyone. Until now, nobody is aware that I'm going through something. And so we left the place, we sat in the car, and we were in the car. I got another one, 20 minutes until now. I came back home, and I'm telling my mother-in-law and my husband that, look, something is happening, I need to call the hospital. But if it is something, I want to stay home, and I don't want to go to hospital, but I just need to call them to say that what are the precautionary steps I need to take before I go. Came home, called the hospital. They said, look, to stay at home. It was around 6 p.m. Just stay at home, and then call me if it is 5 minutes apart or 3 minutes apart. I was like, okay. Stayed at home, nothing happening. At around 12, I saw something. I saw some pink and brown show, and then I decided, let me call them again. I called them again, and then they are like, look, take a Panadol, have some rest, and then see how you go. Okay, the contractions were around 15 minutes apart. But anyway, we don't know anything yet because the time was not moving. It was 20 minutes, and then it was 15 minutes at around 12 a.m. And then they said, look, you need to have rest. If something goes either way tomorrow, then you need to have rest. And then just whole night, literally whole night, I was not sleeping. I was doing cat cows, child poses, pregnancy child poses. I was doing all sorts medicine ball exercises, hip movements, hip swinging, all the reels which I have seen until now related to how to stay calm. I have been practicing breathing exercise, and I have applied all my breathing techniques in that night. Like 8 hours, I was just 2, 3, 4, 5, pushing the pain out, breathing out, and pushing the pain out. Was just doing that whole night. And in between the contractions, so around 7 to 8 minutes, I was sleeping. I was trying to sleep. I was sleeping, and then all of a sudden I used to wake up with that screeching pain. I don't want to die. I just want to live, please. I want to give birth to this child, but how? It's so painful. Okay, all good. At around 2 a.m., they were 8 minutes apart. So I'm like, okay, it's happening. I told my mother-in-law. She started packing things, and then she's like, okay, let me pack snack for Tiana. Let me pack things for you. Everyone was in rush. This is 2 a.m. But we don't know yet. We don't know anything yet. It has been already from 4 p.m. Saturday. It has been Sunday night around 3 a.m. Nothing is happening. Now, we in the morning. And every time I'm getting one contraction, I'm going to washroom. It was in the morning again. I was just trying to just roam around the house, walk a lot, and then just random exercises. I can't just talk about everything, but then yeah, just randomly exercising just to make sure that whatever makes me feel better. I had no sleep, and I hadn't eaten since last I had Papiano. And then at breakfast, I came to collect the breakfast plate. It was morning, Sunday morning, and then I'm having my breakfast. I'm like, I'm going to vomit all this breakfast. I cannot finish it. my lovely daughter Tiana, she came back, like she came behind me while I was rushing to the washroom to vomit, and she's like, Mom, you'll be okay. Mom, you'll be okay. Such a sweetheart. Okay, fast forward, it was 2 p.m. and then I'm like, okay, I have to, I'm telling my husband, look, you need to time it. Let's time it again because nothing is happening. It's very sporadic. It is 28 minutes or it's 20 minutes. It's very random. I don't know what's happening. Let's just time it again. But average was 15 minutes. That's what we learned. Average 15 minutes, and how long it lasts? 1 minute. Okay, cool. We started doing that at around 4. I think there was a bloody show. And then I'm like, need to call the hospital again. Let's see what they say. They told me, you need to come to hospital. Now, I need to take my hot water bath. Now, with lavender oil, I just sat there for 15 minutes trying to regain all the positive vibes, energy, and just thinking about one thing, which I would highly recommend as soon as your labor starts. You need to always think that you need to leave your home with that positive vibes and full of positivity that you are a step closer to meet your newborn. I know it's very painful, but then if you embrace that thought, it just helps because it's so painful, but I don't know, it just helps a lot. Went to the hospital in the car and I'm like, I think 2 contractions came in the car. It was so painful, but I'm like, okay, let's just get through it. Went to the hospital. Receptionist is asking all sort of questions. I'm like, need some help. Don't ask me these questions at this moment. But anyhow, we went inside and then the midwife checked and she's like, you're 4 centimeter dilated. Bingo. That was another thing which I want to talk about. Try and maximize your labor. Like try and have the most of your labor at your home. 24 hours at home. I'm in the hospital now. No sign that baby is going to come out as of yet. Remember, my friend was telling me, and she was telling that if you're 4 centimeter dilated, have epidural. I said, can I please have epidural? She's like, oh, you go, yes, yeah, go for it. We had epidural. 4 p.m. we came, 6 p.m. now. I have to tell my daughter goodbye and my mother-in-law goodbye. I think it was a very sad moment because my daughter I've never ever stayed away from her. We never had a nanny. Like, it was me or my husband with her. Like, always. So, it was really hard. It was really hard, and she was teary, and which is quite normal. But you know what she said? Mama, I'll be safe of myself. For you, all the best. Like, if she can do this, I can definitely do what I need to do. So then what happened? Then the process started. They gave me epidural, prick to break the water for water breaking. Said that once the water will break, you're going to dilate really quickly. Water broke, and then they came at around 11. From 6 p.m. they broke the water at around 7 p.m. They came at 11 p.m. They told me that they are going to come at 11 p.m. And then they said still 6 centimeter dilated, 5.5 to 6 centimeter. From 4 centimeter when I came, it's already been 32 hours. So we are probably going to do C-section. I did not manifest any gender. I did not care about that if it will be a girl or a boy. All I manifested was a VBAC, vaginal birth after C-section. Because I wanted, of course, one thing I wanted more than VBAC was a healthy baby. Sorry, my obstetrician came in to say final goodbye because we are going home today. So exciting, right? With a little bug on my side. Okay, so where were we? So because I had previous C-section when my daughter was born, and I've been already 32 hours of labor. I've been in 32 hours of labor. The doctor recommended that we might have to go for C-section, and hence they started getting the theatre ready. Called my obstetrician at 11 p.m. and then she said, it's 6 centimeter dilated. Let's see for another 1.5 hours. Sorry, until 1:30 a.m. If nothing happens, we are going to do C-section. Midwife came in and she started telling me all this. I'm like, I have 2.5 hours to just deep manifest this thought that I need a VBAC. She left. I was having intense pain because but epidural helps, but then it was still what I did. just closed my eyes and I'm just talking to my baby that we just and try what we need to, because it's just we have come so far. We were so far in this journey. It's been 33 hours and we have been together fighting for it. Can we just do for last few hours and then get through it? I don't know. I think the universe heard it. She came at 1:30 and she's like 9 centimeter dilated. My husband couldn't believe it. And we were like, she's like, I've already sent the theater guys, the C-section theater guys home. I'm like, I don't know. I was not crying because I was going through pain. I was already crying so much. Like, but I was just relieved because at 2 o'clock, we started practicing pushing, and approximately 30 minutes after.
Okay, go for it.
This experience, I'll never forget. This story, I'll never forget. And that's why I wanted to share with you guys. Positivity throughout your pregnancy. Embracing the thought that when you are in labor, you're closer to actually meeting your newborn. Manifesting and then seeing it convert. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beyond beautiful. And then now I feel that the recovery for VBAC is so much different than what I had for C-section. But I know it's not the same for everyone, so I'm not judging anyone. It's just how you take your pregnancy. But with this one, I wanted to do what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do. And my obstetrician came at the end, and then she's like, "You got your VBAC." All the consultants I was talking to through about the classes, and then they all were like, "You got your VBAC. You got your VBAC." It will not happen with everyone, and that's absolutely all right because things don't go as planned. So what they say that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. All right, that was the story. I hope I was able to share the story and then give you some positivity through your pregnancy if you're going through one, and helped in changing or shifting the mindset a little bit. Have a positive pregnancy. Bye. And one last thing, take that epidural if you need to. Life-changing. It's gonna make your birth more enjoyable. And that's what you want, right? I know it's natural, but then why can't you make it more enjoyable? Why do you have to deal with it?